All right, so we are in Math Journal, lesson 1-3, page 7. So we are working on rounding today. So when we round, we also need to know place value, right? If we are saying we are rounding to the 10th place, we need to know what the 10th place is, right? So let's just do an example. This isn't on your page, okay? If I say 382 and I want to round to the 10th place, which number is in the 10th place? Mary? 8. So I'm going to just underline it so I remember that this is what I'm rounding. Anything before the number we are rounding to, everyone look up here. Anything before the number, so over to the left, stays the same. Okay? So this is going to stay a 3, right? This number is the one that's going to be changing. Maybe. It either stays the same or it changes, right? If the number after it is 4 or less, we go down, right? Which means it stays the same. If it is 5 or more, we go up, right? Which means this goes to a, everyone? If it goes up. 9, right. You guys were giving me the answer, weren't you? So, is this what number is in my ones place? Keegan? 2. So that means, do we go round up or do we round down? Mary? Down. So we're going to round down. Which means that does this turn into a 7 or does it stay an 8? It stays an 8. Because 72 isn't closer to 70, it's closer to 80. So anything after the number we are rounding to becomes a 0. Okay? Do you all remember that a little bit? Let's do another one. What if I say we are doing 4,374? I want to go and round to my hundredths place. Okay? If I want to round to my hundredths place, what number is in my hundredths place, Boyleon? What number is in my hundredths place?
3.
The 3. So remember, anything before it stays the same. Right? Now, I need to look at the number next door. This is a 7, right? So do I go up or down? Everyone? Up. So my 3 becomes 4. What do I do with this 7? It's now a
6.
0. What about my 4? 0. Anything after it stays a 0. It becomes a 0, right? We don't care about anything after what we round to, right? So anything before stays the same. Anything after becomes a 0. And this either goes up or stays the same. Right?
Yes.
You all remember that a little bit?
Yes.
Well, we're going to do more practice with it, okay? These were just quick review ones and just like quick demonstration. So look at number 1. It says, complete the number lines and plot the numbers on the number lines. Then use them to help you round the numbers. Okay, so we have a number line. So on yours it says lower number, halfway, higher number, right? So we've got lower number, middle number, higher number. So it says for number 1, round 698 to the nearest thousands, right? So if my number is 4,698, okay, to the nearest thousands, what digit is in my thousands place? Bella?
4.
The 4. So, what's my lowest thousand that I might round to? Bella?
3.
Will I round all the way down to 3?
10,000.
No. So look, if we're rounding, we're going between, we're seeing if it will be closer to 4,000 or what? It's closer to 4,000 or?
5,000.
Right. So our lower number is going to be 4,000. And our higher number is going to be 5,000. We're seeing which one it's closer to. Okay? Does that make sense? Because this will either stay the same or go up 1. Okay? So, now we have to find our halfway. What's half of 1,000? Keegan? What plus what gets us 1,000? You want some help? Samara?
500.
500. So if we have 4,500, that's our halfway point. Make sure your timeline looks like this. Your number line, 4,400, 4,500, and 5,000. Now, this is my number. We have to plot it. Okay? Where is it going to go? Is it going to go over here? Is it going to go over here?
Yes.
All the way over here?
No.
What about here?
Yes.
Yes, because it's 4,600, right?
Yes.
So this is where my 4,698 goes. Which thousand am I closer to? My 4,000 or my 5,000?
5,000.
Mary?
5,000.
My 5,000. So on my line where it says the rounded number, I'm going to write 5,000 because I'm closer to 5,000, right? Did everyone do that? Did you write 5,000 on that line?
Yes.
You didn't do any of this, sweetie. This is what, all of this is how that's supposed to look. Make sure you do that. Make sure you look at it and see that it looks like that. Now look at number 2. Now we have a new number, right? Now we have 5,778. Okay, I'm just writing this because it's not up here for me to see, but it's on the paper for you, so you don't have to rewrite that anywhere right now. 5,778. Again, we are rounding it to the nearest 10th this time. Do you see that? It says round to the nearest 10th. So, what number is in the tens? Someone knew. Come on, guys. What number is in the tens? Bella, you keep helping me. Boy, Leon.
7.
7. Is it this 7?
No.
This 7?
Midden.
The middle 7. Good.
I said midden.
Oh, okay. So this one, right? So, we are rounding to that number. Remember, anything in front stays the same, right? So we know we're going to have 5, 7 something and 5, 7 something over there, right? So we're going to round to 5,700 and what? What's my lowest option? Bella?
Your lowest option, 5,778.
70. We're rounding to our lowest option and it could be 70, right? What's my biggest option, Mary? 80, right? 5,780, because this is either going to stay the same. See, look, it's either going to stay the same or it's going to go up to an 8. Does that make sense? So what's between 70 and 80? This one's a little easier to find the halfway point. Keegan?
750.
Good. So 5,700 and, oh wait, not 750, 75. 775. Between 70 and 80, right? That's my halfway point. Now, this one we can kind of go, okay, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. Oh, 78 goes right here. 5,778. That was my original number, right? Am I closer, sweetie, am I closer to 5,780 or 5,770? 5,780. So you need to write that 5,780 on that top line where it says rounded number. Take a minute and do that. Make sure your line is complete. All right, I want you guys to do number 3 on your own. I want you to try it. All right? I want you to try it. And then we are going to see what we got as our rounded number, okay? All right, so let's go over it real fast. So when we have this number, we had 2,304, right? So when we are looking at it, we are rounding to our 10th place, which in this number is a 0. So remember, everything in the front stays the same. So 2,300 stays the same. That was a mess. We're going to try that again. 2,300. And I'm going to keep my 0 as my lowest option and make my 4 a 0. Okay? To make my highest option, again, anything before it stays the same. So I have 2,300. I'm going to look at my lowest option's 10th place. It's a 0, right? I'm going to go up 1, so my 0 now becomes a 1, and that stays a 0, right? Because if we're rounding from our tens, it's either going to become 300 or 310, right? And now I just find what's in between 2,300 and 2,310. Halfway between 0 and 10 is 2,305. Now, I could just count this, right? 2,301, 2,302, 2,303, 2,304, right? And that is closer to my left side, 2,300, right? So that is our answer for that one. Everyone understand that? This is just a way that you can see it on a number line. Keegan? No, we're on number 3 still. This was just going over it. Okay? Now let's look at this section where it says number 4, round each number to the nearest 100,000. Okay, we're going to do letter A and B together, and then I want you guys to do the others on your own, okay? So let's look at A. We have to round to the nearest 100,000. Who can tell me what is in my 100,000s place, Boyleon?
2.
The 2. All right, so we're rounding to that. Okay, there's no number before it to keep the same, right? So we're just looking at our 7. Is my 7 going to make me round up or round down? Who can tell me? Keegan?
Round down.
My 7, is that closer to 3 or to 2? We're going to round up, right? So now, what's one more than my 2? Everyone?
3.
3. So now my 2 becomes a 3. And now everything after my number becomes a 0. Good. So let's count how many zeros we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So make 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your answer is 300,000. Okay? Look at part B, the one next to it. 809,050. We are rounding to the 100,000 still. What number is in my 100,000? Sarah. What's in my 100,000? We just did this one. Good. Now, I have to look at the number next to it. My number next to it is a 0. Am I going to round up or am I going to round down? This one's a little easier, right? Everyone tell me. Down. So I'm going to keep it the same. It doesn't mean I go to 7. It means if you round down, it means you're closer to 8, right? So it stays the same. So now we have 8,800. So now how many zeros do we need again? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your answer is 800,000. I want you to try to do C, D, E, and F. Okay?